sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
1 3.
Yes, sir. Sounding good, looking good. All right. Drop that bomb. We in the spot yet again, doing what we do best. I'm really liking the setup, man.
Max.
Let us know what you think. Put in the comments.
You too.
Like, comment, subscribe. You heard? All right, man. Y'all already know, man. I'm K.
I'm Chaz.
We are Culture Content,
Yes, sir.
baby. Let's get this going. Come on, man.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Let's. You know how we do. You know how we get right. We gotta give y'all good energy. We ain't gonna run it back 1,000 times on y'all. Y'all know. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna get right into it. So, yeah, man. We back with another one. How's your week been?
Week's been good, man. A lot of big changes happening for me. Recently, I ain't gonna really talk too much about it, but recently just.
But you on your way.
Definitely on my way.
You on your way.
Definitely on my way.
That's love right there.
The race has started, and yeah, man, this is gonna be a bittersweet thing for what's about to happen, but it's all for the better. So
all good things come to an end,
and that happens.
Then you make room for better things to come into place.
Yeah, so that happens, and I see like my cycle is 8 years, 7, 8 years. That could be too much, but at times when things happen for a reason, and God always usually lets you know when it's time to close certain doors and certain chapters. So
move on.
I've been doing a lot of that lately. You know what I'm saying? I close certain doors with certain people and certain chapters with certain people, and
that's a fact.
Life has been
my bad.
Life has been excellent. No,
I said that kind of.
You said that mad aggressive. He came on a track like you're so bad. It's true though. That just tells me that you agree with it wholeheartedly.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah. So, but some things come to an end, and love is love as always, and I'll stay in touch with the people that's important. But yeah,
it's funny that you said it and I didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this camera, this monitor is gonna be the end of me, bro. I'm telling y'all right now.
Because it keep doing it.
They keep doing it, and I just put in a new battery just to try to psych it out just now, and it still psyched me out. But let's start with you want to go with La Russell signing to Roc Nation?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
So everybody know that La Russell, he just signed a different kind of contract. So a lot of people think when you sign to a label like Roc Nation that it's kind of like a 360 deal. From my understanding, it's a different kind of deal where he do like some distribution through Roc Nation. That means he's still an independent artist. So I think that's a big up to him. La Russell's been a independent artist and been one of the only independent artists in the game that's been doing that type of thing for some time. So shouts out to him for that. I think he does have some type of distribution deal with them, but I believe that he still owns his masters, still owns his publishing, and those important things, because when it's all said and done, those are the things that's important. And a lot of rappers are getting hip to it now, and some rappers that was out before didn't know what was going on, and they basically signed these 360 deals where they don't own any publishing, any of their masters, and by the time they find out, it's too late.
Yeah, I don't know the details and ins and outs of his structural deal with Roc Nation. I loved La Russell simply because he was independent. He was like the next Chance the Rapper type of situation going on, and no matter what, Chance the Rapper, he stood on the business when Jay-Z came to him, was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good over here. He ain't sell out. He ain't do none of that. And I'm not saying La Russell sold out, but he, contrary, he had been preaching being an independent artist for so long, and handling his business and, appreciating the cycles of his career that he was going through, whether it was good, bad, or whatever the case is. He was still doing it on his own.
Right.
And regardless of the connection, I think ownership is way more important than anything. Now, granted, he could have kept a lot of his ownership and whatnot, but I just don't think that was the deal for him, you know. But that's my personal opinion. Like I
I
don't.
think he did keep his ownership.
I
His,
mean, yeah.
publishing
I
and
mean,
stuff.
like I said, kept his
I mean,
masters.
something he gave up, but like from
He
my
had to give
understanding,
up something.
from my understanding, he kept most of his stuff.
Yeah, but I regardless of what he kept,
hmm
I would have liked him to still be independent. Like that's just what it
Sometimes
is.
you might need that moat behind you in order to get to the masses the way you want. If you don't have to give up everything, then that's a plus. But obviously, I mean, you guys can look it up online or holler at your favorite lawyer, whoever knows how to read contracts and things of that nature to dissect it. But I think he's a terrific artist.
No, he's nice.
I like him. I've been listening to him for some time. So, shouts out to him for, kind of doing the deal that's going to benefit him and his family. So,
Yeah, I mean, and then respectfully, you saw what they did to Tory. Free Tory, by the way. You know what I mean? I'm still salty about that. And Tory Lanez is still by far like the hottest rapper out right now. He's dropped more material, more music than any relevant artist that's free. That's for sure within the last year or in 2025. So, yeah, I like that makes me all like suspect, or that makes everything sus for me. Like, yo, yeah, I had Tory on Rock Nation. Yeah, did him dirty. Now he's doing a 10 to 15-year bid, whatever it is. And then his father coming out like, Rock Nation is the enemy and all of that. Like Jay-Z, like he essentially what Tory Lanez's father made it seem like is like, yo, Jay-Z had the power to make things right and he didn't. So, like that's a lot of conspiracy talk right there. So I just hope that, regardless, if he made the right decision for himself, then so be it. But I hope he doesn't get hit in the crossfires,
yeah.
because he seemed like a good dude and whatnot. And, I rock with any person that's trying to do something and make a change for themselves. So, I'm not. Is that my phone connected to this? I hope not. It shouldn't be. I hear beeping. But yeah, I just hope that he. Ultimately he's gonna make the right decisions for his career, and there's nothing that we can say or opinion that's gonna matter. But I will say, when he said that Weezy didn't do anything for the community and he was never rapping about nothing, I thought that was crazy.
Who said that?
La Russell. He went viral for saying like, yo, Weezy is nice, but he never contributed anything knowledgeable to society. And here's my thing. Most y'all don't contribute nothing to society. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like let's be real. Like niggas be on some BS for real. Like and talk about nothing. But when we grew up in that mixtape Weezy era, like, yo, bro, we were just talking about this the other night. Like, yo, we still use punchlines from back in the day, and people be like, "Oh, I like that." You know what I'm saying?
Is that new?
You be in the cut like peroxide. Yeah, it's this little stuff like, yeah, I have no idea what we're talking about, and it be so smooth.
My closet got more hours than
Pathmark. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, if you know what Pathmark, you know what I mean. If your closet got more owls than Pathmark, then you know what I mean. Like you understand what we're talking about. But those are just couple of that's Banks bars, by the way. That's not Weezy, but nonetheless, like we still use old school bars to this day that go over people's head. Be like, oh yeah, I like that. Like, yeah, I grew up in an era where all this weird stuff been going on. You know what I mean? We grew up in an era where like people actually spit bars, and Weezy, mixtape Weezy spit bars. Like Dedication 2, like by far, like top tier mixtape of all time. Like that probably got more spins than any mixtape that I ever listened to.
We talk about when that mixtape, that the bootleg mixtape that came out, but the official one never came out. the official album when the North and South collide with him and Jewels.
Come on,
that was a
bro.
different era. That was a different era.
You talking about, that's the crazier part. The only person that can compete this is the streets talking, right? The only person that can compete with Weezy at that time was Jewels, and Jewels is bellied up, complete gassed out. He ain't got nothing going right now. I mean, granted, he had a quick little run like 2 years ago, but I don't know what happened. Yeah, nevertheless, you talking about Jewel Santana was the only person that can lyrically compete with Weezy F Baby. I gotta respect that. I was about to call him Lil Wayne, but he was Weezy F Baby at that time. The F is for, the F is for whatever you want to be, whatever you want it to be. But like, yeah, bro, you talk about lyricism, you talk about metaphors, you talking about cadence and everything like that. Like, that was it. It was Weezy or nothing. Even Jay-Z had to bow down to that joint and be like, yo, he got it. You know?
He definitely got it.
And it wasn't until he got locked up and went to Rikers Island that he lost the source for real. Like, that messed up the whole momentum for him, in my opinion. Where he just like, he had everything going for him, and then you do 8 months on the island for anybody, you just lose that track, that momentum.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you out the game. No matter how long, and like at that time that was 8 months, and it's crazy because they changed that gun law right after that. So basically he went he got caught with a gun, and he was only able to he only did 8 months in Rikers Island. Shortly after that, they changed the law to where if you get caught with a gun, it's a mandatory 3.5. Mandatory. So yeah.
Yeah, Weezy was it. So when he say Weezy didn't contribute to society, and I'm talking about Lil Russell, it's just like, yo, bro, how old are you?
So do you think he meant like community-wise Weezy? Because I know he did a lot of things for Hurricane Katrina. Do you think he was talking about like as far as like
whatever
his
he
lyrical?
was when he said it, it didn't make any sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it. It didn't make any sense to me. It's just like, yo, he's like, oh, when you actually listen back to his bars, like, what was he talking about? He was talking about any and everything. He was talking about the dream. He was just talking about Gilly. I mean, and I rock with Gilly, but he was just talking about his regular day-to-day and then making it pop. He was rapping his life, bro. Yeah. So when you say he didn't contribute, how could you say that? Like, bro, and then I like Lil Russell, but yo, bro, you're not even in the tier lyrically to be talking about Lil Wayne, because you have not had a run like Lil Wayne has run. Nobody knows you, bro. But for you to be coming up, like, unless you're on some 50 Cent stuff, knocking everybody off their mouth up, you know what I mean? Like, yo, sit down, bro. Like, don't talk about mixtape Weezy, bro. You wasn't there. You're not old enough to understand like his actual contribution. So when he said that kind of like, it rubbed me the wrong way for sure, bro. It definitely did, because I'm just like, it was no way that you was actually there and then still said what you said. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
And like, people our age know, like, you know, Weezy was it, bro. Like, he took over the game. Yeah. This is after 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, he waited his time, came back, flooded the streets. You know what I mean? The droughts, you know what I mean? The dedications. Then he had the even the Carter 2 is still like legend. I might go home and on my way home listen to Hustler music.
He had a good run where he basically was, you know, he's rapping for his life. That's what it felt like. Like, hey, but he been rapping. That's the thing. He been rapping. So he was on like Juvenile old stuff. He was a youngin'. But you know, he came up and you know he took over. But you know, shouts out to both of them, you know.
Yeah. At the end of the day, but definitely shout out to Weezy. And if any of y'all got a problem with what I said, then you just wasn't there. Yeah, suck it easy. You wasn't there. You know what I mean? You ain't grow up in that era, but it's okay.
What you think about? We spoke about this before. I think it was like online, like a whole bunch of like fast food CEOs was like basically testing their product and whatnot, and McDonald's.
They with the McDonald's.
The McDonald's dude, the CEO, basically was eating and like held the food in the side of his mouth. You know what I mean? See him like, you know what I'm saying? Ingest the food, like what you got going on? So like, what? Like, bro, listen. And then you had to see the,
He
you know,
straight
you had other, you
gaslighted
know, the Burger
niggas.
King one, the Burger King CEO and the Wendy's one. They all eating their food and all that, but, yeah, that goes to show you, like,
That
man.
shit poison.
I mean, whatever. I mean, he said he had a delicious meal before that and whatnot. But if you can't eat your own food, why should you
Stop
trust
it.
the public to eat it? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Stop it. That's
But
what he count on now. That's what he count on. Y'all still feed y'all kids that poison. You know, still. Oh yeah, it's a quick bite, bro. I hadn't. Oh man, I'm so disgusted in myself because before last year, I hadn't had McDonald's in probably like 15 years or more. You know what I mean? And I was on the road, and I just so happened to be like, yo, I need something to eat before I like pass out. And
yeah,
of course,
Whack Arnold's.
McDonald's was open, and I'm just like, yeah, I literally felt sick after I ate that whatever that is. You know what I mean? Some people say it's kids. You know what I'm saying? Some people say it's artificial meat. Like it's which one do you want?
For real, because I heard. I mean, listen, they said some of that McDonald's meat ain't animals.
Yeah, they said for as many McDonald's as there is across the nation, there's not enough farms or not enough.
It's not enough cows, not
cows
enough
enough
chickens
to
to do that. But they said that
all
about,
those
you know,
locations.
even like chicken spots. You think of like Popeyes to KFC to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
There's
all
not enough
those,
chickens in the
all
world.
those
Like,
commercial chains, joints. Like, what are they feeding you? What are we eating? What are we eating, bro? Somebody gonna be watching this and be eating Popeyes.
yo, listen, yo, we should have played this clip. I'm not sure if we
Wendy's.
could do it, but it was this the former president of the FDA was talking about how the food that we've been eating for the last 40 years
Been processed.
it's not it, and they know that it causes cancer, but they still sell it to us knowingly. I did a lesson the other day on how much microplastics is in the water we drink, and they said the best water to really drink is through an aluminum can, a glass bottle, or a carton. They said anything that got plastic inside of it, you basically ingest in the plastic. And I'm like, damn. And then they went over like all the, popular water brands that we know to love and we've been seeing for, all our lives. Deer Park, all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, all them companies
of those
is fake.
waters.
They be selling you tap water in a bottle. That's a fact.
Or like it's a few companies that it got like cancer causing agents inside of the water because of the process
the plastic.
Because the process they go through, and then they put it in a plastic bottle, and all that stuff ain't good for you. So they saying the best water to drink is basically through an aluminum can, a glass bottle, or a carton. And anything that's plastic is really not good for you. So like, I think as we get older and we start getting more mature and start getting more wise on the things that's going on, man, plastic not really not really good for us in the grand scheme of things, because there's so much microplastics that we get ingested into our body, which causes a lot of the problems that we have now. You think of 100 years ago, cancer wasn't really a thing. You know what I'm saying? And there's a whole bunch of different stories out there talking about how the FDA is in collusion with some of the meat companies and whatnot, so they could sell more. They could sell us more poison for it.
You got to think about the people who sponsor and sponsor the government.
Mm-hmm.
They run the companies that kill us and attempt to make us healthy at the same time.
Attempt.
Attempt. That's literally attempt. So when you think about CVS, right? I got a picture of this somewhere. I wish I would have had it up before I mentioned it. But nonetheless, CVS owns the pharmacy, right? The pharmacy that gives you the medication. Then CVS also owns the insurance that's provided to major companies and corporations that provide the jobs that you work at. You know what I'm saying? And then they also supply the illnesses, in one way or another.
So you're getting paid from both sides.
You're getting paid from people's health, people's death, all of that.
Wicked.
And it's so when people talk about capitalism, and monopolies, that is obviously an issue, right? When you monopolize multiple aspects of the industry for health bad and you're still supplying, you know what I mean? You're supplying your own cause
Right.
and making money off of that. Like, yeah, when it comes to capital, like that is an issue, right? But when you talk about niggas like me and you know what I mean? And when we start business, like that's not the type of time we on. Like we need capitalism to help further our lives and our future and our kids' future, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to these big corporations using capitalism, like, yeah,
It's more of an exploitation.
it's exactly, you know, and that's why people hate it. But you can't hate one side of it and then love the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah. So is there issues within the capitalism? Absolutely. You know, especially like I said, when it comes to CBS, and y'all could check it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Please do.
yeah, when you go to your job and you figure out what type of health insurance you got, figure out who owns that health insurance, who's the owner of that, and then figure out what other companies that entity owns, and you'll be like, oh snap, they provided my health insurance and giving me the medication and providing me my insurance to go to see the doctor. Like that's a red flag.
You want to hear something crazy? So doctors, before they created like some type of heart medication, right?
Mm-hmm.
And through the side effects of the heart medication, they saying that men was basically, pause, getting erections. So what
Pause.
that's OD pause, right? But now, hear me out. No, listen, hear me out. So what they end up doing was they basically subsidized the medicine to basically just extract the one part that is giving men this
Nasty work.
thing, and guess what they made? Viagra. So Viagra was actually made, and the whole purpose of Viagra to be made was supposed to be for a heart medication, but they seen that was a side effect of it, so then they started marketing for that. When what you really should do if you having those problems is lose a little bit of weight. Work on your cardiovascular, get your heart rate up, work out a little bit. All of that will help you tremendously. But like you said, this company, this company. When I say company, but America is built on capitalism, so they want to make money any which way you can. And we'll get to whole other ways that they making money. But that was a crazy tidbit that I end up finding out, and I'm like, this is crazy.
When you think about capitalism versus socialism, what you think is better?
I think we are a capitalistic socialist society. We are democratic socialists as a society.
I don't want to put a wing on that. I just want to say capitalist versus socialism. I don't want to put Democratic or Republican on it. But
it's not, I said no, democratic, because we are supposedly America is a democracy, where we hold on. Because we have the illusion that we have choice.
Right.
There is an illusion that we have choice. That's the thing.
and so like we kind of do, but we don't, right? So I honestly think like, so when you said it to me the other day, like, yo, is two wings of the same bird or whatever the case is. But I honestly feel like yo, you gotta vote and stand on something or fall for anything. Like I don't think like not voting or not trying to change something is the answer, right? Like even if you just vote for the policies that fit you and what you got going on in your life, and then you stand on that, then regardless of what wing that is, you know what I'm saying, stand on it. Like, cause you want to stand for a cause and a purpose, for whatever you do. And I'm not saying either side is right or wrong. I just have my personal opinions, and y'all gonna have y'all's, and that's what makes us human, right? Like having differences of opinion on everything. Like everybody want to make politics so such a thing when it's just like half of y'all niggas have an argument of what kind of bottle y'all gonna get for the night. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna go with white or you're gonna go with dark. Right. Like that's good. like what's the difference? Well, because you like white and I like dark, like we ain't gonna be friends no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's entitled to their own opinion at the end of the day and what's best for them. Because I may like dark, and then white might get me messed up. And then you go, white don't get me messed up. White get me right where I need to be.
Mhm.
All right, so you on tequila and I'm on the yak. You know what I'm saying? Like it like everything gets concluded, like convoluted, or however you say the word. Where it's just like it's just noise at the end of the day. Yo, see.
Mm.
That's crazy. I don't even know how that came through. That's what I was like. I heard that earlier. Let me try to silence my
Something else
phone.
came on this little extra thing, but what do you think about Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler winning? Well, Michael B. Jordan won the Best Actor at the Oscar. I mean, at the Oscars, he won the Academy Award, first ever.
Oh, my fault.
Well, his
yeah.
first ever.
First and foremost, shout out to Ryan Coogler for Best Actor, Best Director for Sinners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, Sinners was another spiritual movie for me, bro. So I mean, I can talk about it now because everybody should have seen it, and if you haven't, then that's your issue right now. But essentially, it was humans versus vampires, right?
Mhm.
And I don't want to get too crazy into it, but it is the spiritual factor to this, right? The spiritual factor for me was when they came to the door and they said, "Invite us in."
Mhm.
You know, and the movie was great. But on the spirit, like I said, I'm talking on the spiritual realm. And then when they invited those demons in their house, like y'all need to be careful with that, bro. And or who you invite into your house or who you welcome into your circle or whatever, because it matters, you know. And on a spiritual discernment level, like that is the issue in society nowadays. We just let anybody into our house, into our circle, into our space, and they may be poison for you. And that was the biggest message from me in that, you know. And it was a great movie, but that's what I took from it, you know. And then y'all could be inviting demons into your house and then I mean into your temple, into your space, or whatever the case is, and y'all not even know it, you know, even after receiving warning after warning. So it was a great movie, right? But spiritually, it kind of hit me different, and I don't honestly watch it as much because I just feel like I seen it. I mean, honest, I seen it like 3 times already. Yo, why is this still doing? I don't know if y'all hear that, but my bad, bro. It's somehow the volume is down on the Bluetooth, and I'm still hearing it through the headphones. So if y'all hear it, little bro Nate, yo, Nate, I hear you. I'm gonna get back to you in a few, bro.
Was that a voice message?
Oh, that's coming through my glasses, probably. Okay, so y'all probably don't hear that. As a matter of fact, my bad. I got a lot of tech shit on my face. But yeah, nonetheless, man, that was a nice spiritual movie. But shout out to Brian B. Jordan for winning that Oscar. Then he popped up at In-N-Out Burgers after that, talking about that was one of the jobs he got denied from coming up in his time and whatnot, and he thought it was a full circle moment to go back to In-N-Out Burger, to the exact one he got denied at.
Wow.
And now he there eating burgers with an Oscar. So
shouts out to him for that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Michael B. Jordan came a long way though. You know what I'm saying? From The Wire to Fruitvale Station. I mean, all the Creeds. Like, he had a lot of good movies. You know, Black Panther.
Yeah, that part.
You know what I'm saying? So like
I think that solidified, like, not that he wasn't nice before that, but he definitely like marked his stamp with the Black Panther joint. Yeah, man, and just shout out to the brother for doing what he do, man. That was always a great look, and like you said, his career has been phenomenal. Like when you thought he had one good movie, and it's like, oh yeah,
you thought he was like a one-trick pony, and he gonna do these type of roles.
Boom, he hits you with another one, then another one, and then like, let's be real. Let me get into this. I don't want to drag this out too much, but bro played himself. Like, bro played himself in Like you would have thought he was really a twin, bro. Like they
Yeah,
were the
he played
same
two
person,
different
but it
characters,
was
yo.
two completely different characters, bro. Like I'm just like I never in a moment where I felt like they both Michael B. Jordan. Nah, like his acting is superb. When you be like that boy good, that that boy is good. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like his acting was just top tier in that entire movie.
And me
And I
personally,
respect it.
I don't think I ever seen a movie like that where he basically played two serious characters. You know, a lot of times we seen
Will Smith
movies.
tried to do it. I forgot the
Which
name of it.
that was not
Uh,
After Earth. It was Gemini. Was it Gemini
Gemini
Man?
Man. Yeah,
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 but he
yeah,
played
yeah, yeah.
basically like a younger version of himself.
Right, but that was trash.
I like that movie. That wasn't bad. It wasn't like
Well,
Academy Award.
compared to
If you compare the two, yes.
Michael B. Jordan, I was like, nah,
Nah, for
that's
sure.
trash.
That
it was good, but it wasn't better than
It wasn't. It was
his
all right, but it
performance.
wasn't that real, right? So,
type shit.
but no. So I think when you seen a character play multiple different characters within the movie, it was always like a parody. It was always like a comedy, but he played like a real serious character, and they was actually putting in work. And I'm actually interested to see if they ever make like a prequel to that. You know what I'm saying? Like how their life was, because basically the story was these twins was, they was down south and then they came to they was in Chicago at first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm interested to see how life was for them in Chicago. Supposedly they was running with, the Italians and Irish gangs and stuff like that. And, like I'm interested to see if they was to ever make a before movie about that. So I think that was something that was thrown out there, but I'm not sure if that will
but
ever
do you
come to
really
fruition.
need like?
You don't, but it's just one of them things where it's just like, I would like to see how that happened, how that came about before.
But Ryan Coogler is a great one-hitter quitter. He gonna knock that shit out of the park and move on to the next project or his next idea.
Yeah, he'll move
It's
on.
like one of those Denzels, like until Equalizer. I don't know if y'all knew, like Denzel didn't do sequels or any of that until the Equalizer. Like that was his first like 3-tier, 1, 2, and 3. You feel me? Like he don't got
Yeah, I'm trying to think about it. Now
he don't got no
don't think he ever
part
did
twos
no,
to
yeah.
any of his movies but the Equalizer. And all those movies stood out in their own right.
Yeah.
And some people are good at certain things and other people aren't, right? Like Ryan Coogler is one of those. Drop a bomb and then move on. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, all right, I'm gonna blow this up. Next project. You know what I'm saying? All that. He's good for it. Like, so I get to your point. You know what I mean? Like, it would be nice to see it, but I would also be content with leaving it exactly where it's at.
I concur.
You know what I mean? Like, if you that good, then be
Keep it at
that
that.
good. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's go to this one right here.
Start it off. I can't see it.
All right,
You got
so
they're black.
oh yeah. All right, look. Black Lives Matter.
Ooh.
Do you think that was
You know.
was the Black Lives Matter movement a psyop for to keep the black community stuck? If you don't know what I'm gonna tell
and
people.
you were talking about what the time frame was 2020, 21?
I'm gonna just talk about Black
2021.
Lives Matter, period.
Okay.
Because people could say like it started before 2020, right? People could say like it started like, in the 2012. People could say that, right? But what a psyop is? A psyop basically is a planned strategic event that governments or militaries usually push out to influence people any which way they want. They want to influence their motives, their emotions, based on the propaganda that they're giving you. So if they want you to feel some type of way, they're going to show you things to make you feel some type of way. And I'm sure most people know that there's a whole bunch of psyops that's going on with the media now. It's not even just
Right.
like, 2026. I'm talking about like
It's
for
been
years.
going on yeah.
For years.
The
That's why-
Pentagon has a budget for like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like to actually, like you said, create the psyops, create a narrative, create movies. You know what I mean? Like movies galore. Like a lot of movies that we see, like especially if they like, what's that Obama movie that just recently came out with Julia Roberts? My bad. We didn't talk about this one, but it's that the end of the world or whatever, when the Tesla was all crashing and whatnot and
Mm.
blocking all the major highways and whatnot, then they got flooded. Um, that was a movie. That's the type of movie that has to get approved through the Pentagon to like be put out to the masses, because when you talk about cutting off the internet, cutting off the electric, cutting off the gas, you know what I mean? Like when real life bunker shit happens, like even the movie, even the show Fallout, like I was just talking, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if y'all seen Fallout, but y'all should go see Fallout. It's actually really good. It's obviously a little dramatic, but in the scheme of things, it's like, yo, that's the type of time people be on, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, so
yeah,
like basically they use that as to sway our feelings and have propaganda and social media aimed to weaken our emotions and basically sway the public perception, public opinion any which way. In
mhm.
addition to already having us beef with each other from the stuff they put in place so we could be at odds. So do you think Black Lives Matter was a psyop created by the government?
Uh, in the scheme of things, yeah. I mean, I love the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's we live in the side, especially when you found out later that like all these avenues didn't benefit us the way they should have. I mean, it hurts, and it even hurts more that the people that own Black Lives Matter exploited it and use it for their own benefits and their own gains, um, to get mansions and
Do
live the
people know
lavish
that
life and
George
whatnot.
Soros owned Black Lives Matter?
Who?
George
George Soros.
Do people know that? Do people even know that who that is?
George Soros. And if you don't know, bro, you gotta Google him. I mean, in all reality, George Soros is behind a lot of the chaos that even happened in Minnesota. You know what I mean?
Talk
A
about
lot
it.
of a lot of those people were paid protesters. So when people will say, "Oh, why is there why is there movements and all that for one cause that's like illogical, but the logical causes don't get that same momentum?"
Mm-hmm.
It's because those illogical causes are like paid and brought for to confuse you, to continue to push a narrative, bro. Because when you talk about living in the psyops, right? And I'm not gonna get into the ins and outs of like Minnesota. I mean, I could, but I'm not. I'm gonna
Right.
try to keep it as high level as I possibly can. But when you think about like, yo, the federal law, there's the federal law, but people don't understand that states, mayors, and governors can still go against federal law.
Mhm.
You know, and then when you got the state going against federal law,
Mm-hmm.
it causes chaos, right? Because you're talking about one bird, two different wings going against each other,
Mm-hmm.
and then it causes the confusion. Oh, this is the right thing, and this is da 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 da. Federal law will always supersede state law. So when you got y'all governors and y'all mayors going against federal law, and y'all think they doing something, they not. Like they don't have the authority to do so. But what happened in Minnesota was just that. Frey and Tampon Tim, like, yo, that was intentional, bro. Like that was all intentional. Like it was. And then because you think about like you have other states like California, and I'm like, I don't care for Gavin Newsom, but like he didn't go against the federal government. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't see these issues in other states like Texas, Florida, um, even in New York. You don't hear about it. Like it's only in one state, and they created more chaos to deflect from all the fraud that's going on with the daycares and oh man,
We can go into that
yeah,
crazy.
I'm
But
gonna
now
leave it right there.
you
I'm gonna
listen,
leave it
you
right
hit the
there.
nail on the head. Like, all this chaos is done on purpose to
Right,
keep
that's my
keep
point.
us distracted from
That's
what's
my
really
point.
going on. If we understand how things really work, like you said, it's the same bird, two wings. If we understand that what really works, you got people that are saying, treat us good as long as you don't treat us like these people, while letting other people go in their pocket to steal from them. You
Tight.
know what I'm saying? So like, it's crazy work on the stuff that's going on, and the amount of planned things that goes on. and you think everything, like even your algorithm, you think, oh, because I'm interested in this, so I'm getting these type of feeds. No, that's planned. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
stay on the video for 2 seconds through 2-3 seconds, that's a part of your algorithm. You start liking things that you may or may not agree with. That's a part of your algorithm. And your your digital footprint can show a lot more about you than who you actually really are. And people feel to realize that. So
And
yeah, I
that's how
think
these tech companies is making money off of y'all.
anything
Y'all
that's
digital
free, they make
footprint.
money off you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
all these apps that's free, they make money off you. And
Mhm.
then this is what we spoke about too, but I'll touch it just a little bit. It's this big company that a lot of people have a whole lot of information on.
BlackRock.
No, I'm told, Fibble, like
Wait,
said
wait, wait,
that
wait, wait,
was
wait. One time, what? Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that we was we read that it was DARPA at first, and then they made this this company
Right, the same day.
in the same day that one was basically one company was disbanded, another company was created, and this
Mhm.
whole movie that came out behind it was just another psyop to let you know, like oh, you think that you have control, or you think that you just putting these pictures on this place
Right.
and we don't know who you are, or we don't know whatever.
It's nasty.
It's
It's really
crazy.
nasty out here. Like
It's
like you said,
sad.
everything is a psyops. Like everything, one thing leads to another. This leads to this, and then they got so many companies within the company. You be like, oh, so again, back to the CBS thing. Like, oh, this person, one company owns this, that, and the third.
Mhm.
Like what? Like that makes you feel like it's even more of a psyops once you feel like who owns these companies, bro.
It's crazy.
like just to the point earlier, like, yo, the same company that's trying to cheat is trying to treat you is trying to kill you at the same time.
Facts.
Like if that doesn't raise a red flag to you, I mean, and if y'all don't, like I said, go look it up. Like we don't be talking out our ass. Like CBS is a problem and BlackRock is a problem. BlackRock owns this. I mean, I used to work for them, bro. They acquired the company that I worked for that owned more than 30,000 single home families across the nation. You know, and across 50 states, bro.
They
And
bought so
that's
many
not
single
even
family
including the
homes.
hotels, bro. That's not even including the hotels. That's just the single families. So you out there competing when you buying a house, you're not just competing with people like me and you. You competing with big
Companies.
corporations
But
that
it's
got
crazy.
a bag.
They was talking about basically how they not letting BlackRock own a lot of people 401ks. They using those 401ks to buy all them single family home properties, and they not letting people relinquish their 401ks these days.
That could be true, but BlackRock is like worth 40 billion.
Yeah,
Or
but
more.
that might not just because they on paper they worth it, that mean they might not have the liquid. You know how that go too.
Nah, they got liquid. You think about BlackRock, the people that, oh man, I don't want to speak too much on it, but
That's fine. That's fine.
yeah, like, nah, they liquid, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They was paying, yo,
I know.
people was paying, people during COVID, people was owing, it sounds crazy, but it's true. People owing 40, 50, 100 grand in rent, bro. Yo, they was writing checks just to be like, yo, just leave the property.
Mm.
And they already took a laws and it was paying people to leave on top of the laws. Because at that point, it's like, if you owe me 100K, I'll give you another 10K to just leave. Another 15K, just leave, bro. Cash for keys, bro. Look, cash for keys, bro. Like, I'll pay you cash if you give me the keys. That's a real thing, bro. Like, that's how they bag was. They moved differently. And even in that company, it felt like secret society type ish because you wasn't just getting in there. You know what I mean? Like, those is one of those companies that, like, you could call into the company, but you never see their face. You don't know who you talking to. You get a different department and da 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 da. And this, you got 30 people you're dealing with from the Philippines because they could get it for half the price. It's nasty out here, bro. I
Facts.
didn't went way off topic, but it all counts because it's a psyops.
Another psyop.
Like, and you think about this, it's just like, yo, what?
Another psyop. That's
Like
sad
this
though,
is
yo.
nasty work, bro. It is. And you know, I just hope that people wake up to it, and I don't, I hate to bring it back to this point, but it's just like, yo, stand for something, bro.
I'll fall for anything.
Or fall for anything. Like, yes, it is a psyops, but we're not trying to discourage you from like voting and believing in the right
Buying a
thing, or
house,
buying
stuff
a
like
house
that.
and all that stuff. Like, yo, keep doing those things
But
because
be informed.
be informed, but you only have the power to change your narrative at the end of the day. Like, yes, it may seem like we stuck on the psyops. Get out the psyops. You know what I'm saying? Start your own network. Start your own thing. Build something.
Mm-hmm.
Build something like the rest of them did. Because we live in a capitalistic society. And that's the only way you get ahead is if you build something. And for you niggas that's not building nothing, talking about X, Y, and Z, we can't really hear you because you haven't taken that risk. You haven't taken those chances, you know? And a society that awards you for doing that, for real. They award you for creating stuff. They don't award you for following the psyops because they need you in the psyops to continue to make the money. At this point, I need you in the psyops to continue to I can make money. But again, it's just like not everybody's meant to be a boss. Some of y'all just meant to be workers. And that's the unfortunate truth. Like, and we ain't gonna sugarcoat it for you. It sounds nasty, but it is what it is. Not everybody could be a boss. So not everybody knows what they talk about when it comes to making these sacrifices, you know, and going against the system in a good way, you know, like not paying taxes. Say what you want, bro. But if you live in America and you're not trying to keep more of your money, then you're just as much as part of the problem. Right? Like nobody wants to pay taxes, bro. That's just it. Nobody. And especially, I don't mind paying taxes, but then to pay taxes and then not getting nothing from it is crazy.
I'm glad you said that because that brings me on to Did You Know This?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
We got a segment for y'all, bro.
So look,
Let's go.
we're going to start a new segment, but this one is about government spending. Did you know that the government spends $2.7 billion a day just on the Army? That's about $997 billion a year. And they raise it basically about 10% every year. So like last year, it wasn't this amount, but this year, this amount. And did you know that we are one of the only countries...
Whoa. Real quick. So,
Let's go back.
Yeah, let's one
I'm
did you
about
know
to-
at a time. So my question to you is, what is the price of freedom?
What is the price of freedom? There's no price on freedom, but I can tell you other things though.
But what I'm saying is, like, yes, when it comes to our army and military budget, is it crazy? Absolutely. But to be able to walk freely outside and not worried about getting attacked or getting bombed and all that other stuff, can you really put a price on that?
No, you can't. But there are other examples of where you can follow things where you don't have to spend that much money. For example, the second highest military spending is China. China is about $400 billion. And
what, a year?
So that's about a little less than half. And the difference, I'm gonna tell you the vast differences between China and the U.S. The U.S. has 750 to 800 military bases around the United States, so outside of the country, right? Whereas, guess how many China has?
100.
1.
Okay.
China has 1 military base outside of China. That makes them a lot stronger. They don't need to infiltrate what everybody else is doing. 70 to 80% of the military bases outside of the United States basically is meddling in other countries. They are in at least 80 countries.
That's big bro for you.
That's
You know what I
that's
mean?
Operation
That's
Big Brother, right?
big bro. Like big bro's
So,
gonna tell you.
and then you think of
what
it now, like
is.
fast forward to today, right? Trump is right now seeking an extra $200 billion to fight the war in Iran. Now we done spent $2.7 billion a day on right now, just off our regular spending. He wants to add another $200 billion, right? So that posed this question. Like, we are spending so much money we don't have, because right now we're 30, excuse me, let me look at this number. We are $30 trillion in debt. And the debt is rising on a daily basis because we spend $2.7 billion, up to $3 billion on things, right? And our debt is $39 trillion. So does that pose me the question, is America really the place of the land of the free? Or
That's
are
a
they
loaded
do
question.
they really have, the government, does it really have our best interest?
Sheesh, that's a loaded question. When it comes to the military, could we cut back? Absolutely. We don't have to enforce our will on other countries, other nations, all the time, like at all. You know what I'm saying? We just got to worry about ours. So in that aspect, yes, we could cut back on that. And then you said, what was the second part? You said the army, and then it was the war.
So right now we're spending $2.7 billion on the military, which is about almost $1 trillion, right?
So I think if we cut back on the war and then we cut back on all the fraud that's going on, in different states, I think that we could have a balanced budget.
I agree.
And people like, oh, it's just a little bit of fraud. I mean, that's just the fraud that we
crazy.
Yeah, that's just the fraud that we, yeah, it is crazy. But you got to think about, this is just what they telling us.
Just a little bit of crack.
It's just a little.
What you mean? It's life changing. It's life changing. What
Yeah,
do you mean by that?
it's just a little bit of fraud. Like it doesn't really amount to nothing. But when you think about all the states, and all the states, red, blue, and then whatever, have some type of fraud going on. So if you eliminate the fraud and then you cut back on our military expansion across the world, where we don't really need to be in certain countries, like, I think that would cut down into our deficit, right? Because it's crazy, because all these people go to school and learn about budgets and got their MBAs and all that other shit. But then when it comes to budget, everybody in economics, everybody loses their shit for some reason. The answer is always to add more. Well, no, but it's always add more expenses to the budget as opposed to cutting the budget. You know, and then, like I said, what is the price of freedom? Right? Do we need all that? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But I like to be able to walk outside and know that,
and feel free. I get that.
I ain't got no issues.
And I think that's important, right? Because like you said, like, yeah. So, but this is another psyop, because if they say if we cut this funding, then you won't feel safe because these things won't be able to happen. But
I'm pretty. There's certain things that we definitely don't
literally
need.
The numbers say 70% of the military bases that we have is outside of the United States.
Yeah,
that's crazy. And then I'm not even. I didn't even talk about how much aid we give other places. We gave $83 billion to other countries last year. And we just approved to give another that amount plus another $50 billion this year.
We gave Ukraine like $75 billion.
We gave Ukraine a lot of money.
You know what I'm saying?
That's only this is like technically aid. So I'm glad you brought that up, because the aid that we gave, because it was like Jordan, Egypt, Ukraine, the money that we gave them is in addition to what we already been giving them, because it's listed under another entity. So we have a budget that we give certain countries already. So what happens is they get signed for extra money to go there. Like we just gave.
But niggas be mad when you be like, America first.
Yeah. So
in that instance, like, look, believe what you want, but for me the concept is pay the tax-paying people first.
Facts.
Take care of us, the people that's here that are actually
The ones that's
funding
actually running the system.
right? Like
We are
run
funding
the
it.
system.
We are
right?
funding it. We are funding it with our money.
Pay us back first. Take care of us first, and then take care of them other niggas. But if you ain't taking care of the house, I mean, respectfully, I get that people struggle, but that's not my problem. I don't live in that country, bro. I live here, and if they taxing me and my money is going out the door and not being circulated in house first, I have a problem with that. I just have a problem with that, and that's what America First means to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not an actual law, but my whole thing is, and I mean, take care of us, red, blue, liberal, everybody in between, everybody undecided. Take care of us first.
Furthermore, have more. This is which is crazy. So think of the money we make, right? About, I'll say roughly 50% of our money that we get, basically it's tax. Not just like taxes with like, like federal income tax or state income tax. Think about when we go to the store, we buy goods and services, we get taxed. Every year we have to register.
To die half the time.
Think about that, right? You got death tax. And if you got kids, and if you don't put stuff inside of a trust and set it up properly, they're gonna have to pay a estate tax. They're gonna have to pay all these taxes. So all this money that we get, why is our school still underfunded? Why is healthcare so much money? Why is all these things still happening? Roads are trash.
It's a mismanagement.
You know what I'm saying?
It's literally mismanagement of all of our tax dollars.
So it's a mismanagement, but is it from ignorance or was it on purpose?
Both.
I think,
it's no, it's not ignorance. It's intentional.
I'm about to say
it's
because
definitely intentional.
Because I know me and you. You know what I'm saying? Like I do have my master's, and Kay has a master's in real estate, but
I have masters in the street code, nigga.
But here's the thing, right? We are two smart individuals, and if we can see that from the ground level, people that's higher ups, I'm sure they can probably see that. You know what I'm saying? And, because obviously we know that everybody that's in office is not the smartest bunch, but you do have smart people in the room making decisions. So
and then the people that are giving those recommendations are not being listened to, even if they are the right person to listen to. I'm a firm believer in that. And that's why I say it's more intentional, because there's no way you're in a room full of 20 people and they agree on the same thing, and nobody goes, hey, but if you do this, then this is the cause and effect for that. This is like, I just don't believe that. You know what I mean? Like, they know that this what the side effects are, and they still be like, F it. We're gonna take this route anyway.
Do you know we have we've been giving money to a certain country, and we just signed a 10-year deal in 2019 to give them over about $4 billion a year?
What country is this? Iran? Israel?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. So in that place, they have universal mandatory health care. They said it's not free. Well, basically, it is free.
It's free because we're paying for it.
And also, their colleges, they have ultra-subsidized colleges where students is only paying about $2K a year. How much does it cost a college education in America? Just think of I'm not even talking about a top college. Think of a medium college.
A medium college for what, 4 years?
No, just 1 year. Just a year.
Just 1 year per person?
Yes. How much you think it is a year?
$70K. How close am I?
So the average price of college these days is about $40,000 a year, and that's on the middle end. On the higher end is almost $100,000.
Yeah.
Right. So
that lucky
so
seven.
you say say $50,000, right? $50,000 a year on college that people are paying out of pocket. Yes, and then there are loans, but think of the loans too, right? So you get you sign something for a loan, and the interest compounds. So you might get an interest that's like 7-8%, but it compounds the whole time, them whole 4 years. So you might be making the minimum payment, and you still owing the same amount that you paid originally.
PSYOP shit.
PSYOP, right?
That's gonna be the title. Do we live in the PSYOP? That's gonna be the title. Of the
also,
episode.
if you live in a certain country and you serve in the military, you get a 90% reduction in all your savings and everything that happens.
Well, so like, I do believe if you serve any country that you're in, You know what I'm saying?
But in
You
America, do you get a 90% reduction in anything?
no, no.
Exactly.
But like, if anybody deserves it, it's the people that defend our country.
I would agree on that. Because I feel like
You know,
even in America, they don't do our veterans do justice. There's
they
a lot of
don't.
veterans that's homeless. There's a
Right,
lot of veterans that even from World War II, Vietnam, that came home and they promised them all these things and they wasn't able to get it.
right. Like
So
yeah,
it's messed up. And then a lot of them come back with they don't have health care. They don't have mental health services. Because there's a lot of stuff they see overseas.
you know what I would like to see? I mean, granted, this is gonna sound outlandish, right? Because it probably will never happen, but maybe it needs to spark a conversation, a broader conversation. I would like for Americans to be able to pick and choose what their taxes go to, whether that be for war, infrastructure, transportation, anything. It should be a certain level, certain amount of categories that you like 5 categories that you can choose from,
Mm-hmm.
and then be like, yo, you got to pick your top 3 that you're gonna contribute to, and then we get to pick, boom, 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 because we gonna always pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I think
we,
taxes is important if it's helping.
right, right. But in our instance, we give taxes, and then get to pick and choose what our taxes contributes to,
Mm-hmm.
and it obviously, in retrospect, for everybody, it hasn't been help. Like politicians' picks or decisions on where our taxes go to have not helped the American people in its entirety.
No, we know that too, and we
Right,
see
right,
that.
right. So at minimum, if we can pick and choose, all right, I wanted to go to infrastructure, or I wanted to go for transportation to get TSA better lines or better equipment to travel and go here and go there, or whatever that looks like. I would love to see that. I would love to be given that option to pick and choose, but um,
We all
that's
have
just
the
the world.
option right now, but like I said, we are in a psyop where we have an illusion that we think we have options because there are only a certain amount of companies that's going to allow certain things. So, and that I think ultimately that is unfortunate. So that brings us on to the next topic, which is kind of crazy. All right, the price of gas. With the impending war that may or may not happen, gas prices is basically raising like 10-20% a week. I want to say early January, gas was still it was still at $2. I filled up my tank last night and I think it was $3.99. So I say over the last month and a half, gas has risen over $1.50. And
I mean, Trump, bro, that's the only good thing you had going for you, brother. Like, it's the only good thing you had going for you. And you fumbled that package. Like, you fumbled you fumbled it, bro. It's literally like, they hate you for everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, and whether they had the ammo, created the ammo, or whatever the case is, the one thing you did have, because you violated Venezuela, swept through in the middle of the night like SWAT, did what you did, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody expected lower gas prices, and now and that wasn't the only reason, because I mean, he ran on lower gas prices, he ran on affordability and all that. But now you're in the same boat. I mean,
do you think he was basically coerced in order to get into this? Based on some of the things, because this is what people were saying.
you want me to go to my conspiracy bag?
I mean, that's where we at. They were saying basically he was
All
like
right,
implicated heavy.
So here's where I'm at.
Mhm.
America doesn't own anything. Israel owns us. And even in and hopefully we don't get canceled for this. Like, we're not trying to have no hate speech, but
Nah, not at all.
Israel owns the United States, right? Think about it. When every president gets sworn in, where do they, after they get sworn in, where do they go? Israel.
Mhm.
They go to Israel. They pray on that wall. They got the little yarmulke joint on. You know what I mean? And Netanyahu, or however you say his name, he's been right there in the forefront of all of that, you know. And my conspiracy theory is like Israel has all of our celebrities, politicians in a chokehold where, you know, if it's like, if you don't do this for us, we're gonna exploit you. And if you don't do this act, we're still gonna exploit you. We're still gonna come out with the narrative that you were on drugs, or we're gonna put you in the psyops and say that, oh yeah, you know, this person did crack, or this he got hit with battery attempt and he beat his wife and all of that stuff. Because a lot of these niggas will do anything for a check, bro. Let's be real, you know. And then that's just what it comes down to. But I'm talking about from Clinton, Bush, Obama, Biden, Trump, all of them went to Israel. Y'all, what are y'all going to Israel for? Why is that like a stamp in the presidency every time somebody gets elected? Like that's a custom.
No, it really is.
And then now that I'm saying it, I'm just asking y'all, like I'm not picking sides, but I'm just asking y'all to go back and just research it and look. Like if we run ourselves and we are the authority, why is Israel always in the mix? Why?
They said they are greatest allies.
Or
and anybody that disagree with them,
yang. You know what I mean? Hey, look, another topic. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the news lately about his clone and his doppelganger or whoever that person was, but that definitely wasn't Jim Carrey, not in my opinion. Like, you could watch Jim Carrey from any video, any outdoorsy video, any movie, anything, bro. And you know that whoever that accepted that award wasn't Jim Carrey.
that ain't James Carrey.
Yeah. And then on top of that, you talking about the psyops. Yeah, bro. Jim Carrey, to me, first and foremost, was the only white person on Living Color, so you gotta respect this gangster.
That's a fact.
The only actor to get 3 #1 movies in 1 year.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That was what, 96, 97, 94. And anything he's ever said has been like just real. But the 2 movies that stand out the most to me in his career, like that had like some I'm gonna just say it, The Truman Show.
Truman Show. Me and my kids watched that recently.
Yeah, bro.
It was like, that's sad.
The Truman Show was different, bro. Like and then if you watch that today, that has so much to do with the fucking psyops, bro. And what's going on. They brainwashing you and creating a reality for you. And if you don't wake up to it, you're gonna be stuck in the Truman Show, bro.
Stuck in the Matrix forever.
Stuck
you
in
don't
the
even
Matrix, right? Like that was such a powerful movie, and
that came out like 98.
Right, he was doing that shit back then. And then my second movie was Liar Liar. Not because of the claw, again, because of the concept of it, which was like the manipulation of being a lawyer and being able to lie and knowing the truth. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Like,
that's crazy.
Like that's the psyops, bro. Like that's why I said those 2 movies in his career. Like, granted, he has great movies, but as far as message and standing out, like yo, those are it right there for me. Like, because that messaging was so pure, authentic, in the form of comedy, and it was one of those Richard Pryor things. You know what I'm saying? Or one of them Dave Chappelle's. Like, oh yeah, I can give you funny, but I'm gonna spit the truth at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And that's what happened.
That's what happened.
That's what happened. And like, and he's been one of those outspoken actors that's been talking about the real. For years.
He was on that David Kimmel or Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel. And he was on Larry King talking about it too.
He's like, you know what I'm talking about. You're in it. Everybody's in it.
Don't play games.
Don't play games. He pressed him.
He like, oh well.
Pressed him in the middle of the interview. Mm-hmm. He did the little la 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 la. He's like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you playing games, but you know exactly what's up,
bro. Like you could try to like make me sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. Give that fake round of applause. You know what I mean? In the background and make it seem like everybody disagrees or agrees with you. You know what I mean? Because it's down to a round of applause, bro. Mm-hmm. A round of applause can manipulate a message.
Yeah.
Or discredit a message that's being pushed to the people. Yep. Just by a round of applause. Some people might not even be clapping because you don't really see them.
Nobody clapping.
Yeah, and then they got the signs up. Oh, da-da-da-da.
Paid actors.
PSYOP shit, bro.
PSYOP. This episode is called PSYOP, for sure.
This shit wicked, bro. Like,
episode 3.
All that shit fake, bro. Like, how much we got? We out. All right, can we do one more?
We do one more.
Bam 83 versus Kobe 81.
If you have an opportunity, to make history, you go do that. That's how I look at it. It's a lot of people I feel like a lot of the good NBA players was like, kind of giving him his flowers and congratulating him on doing it. I know a lot of people do respect Kobe, but they wasn't mad that NBA player of his caliber beat Kobe's record. I mean, it's still not Wilt's 100, but he did beat Kobe's record, who was like the second, leader, individual scorer in history or whatever. So, I think a lot of people a lot of non-hoopers were upset that he beat Kobe, mainly because he had 43 free throws. He shot 43 free throws. I think Kobe only shot 20.
Right.
Yeah.
The free throws is not much of an issue for me as much as the consistency. You know what I mean? Like,
because he'll never have a.
Kobe could give you 30, 40 every night.
50.
He
gave you 60 in his last game.
You know what I'm saying? And even if he doesn't do that, he's winning the game beater. I mean, the buzzer beater at the end of the game.
Oh, he's taking it.
He's taking it and he's hitting it, and his efficiency is like top tier. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like when they ask who you want to win, who you want to shoot the final free throw, Curry, Kobe, or LeBron. I ain't gonna lie, I'm going with Kobe all day. Mm-hmm. Like you talk about assassin, killer, locked in at all times. Kobe all day. And no disrespect to Curry and LeBron, they're good in their own rights. But you talking about a killer? Kobe was a killer.
That's a fact.
And he took his teams to heights that we haven't seen in the long. He's actually the last player to have the three-peat after Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody has done that since Jordan, since Kobe. You know?
Yeah, since Kobe and Shaq, nobody had a three-peat.
Right, but I think the biggest issue is Bam is not consistent.
He's not.
Bam is not giving you that 30 clip every
night.
He
can, but right. He hasn't. Like he had 83, and then the next game he had 20.
Right, but then it's just like, is that? Then you got to ask, is that Bam or is that the coaching?
Well, I don't think it's the coaching.
Well, that
same team had.
But the coaching, they only let certain players work within this particular system or work within these means.
That's true. It's a Pat Riley system over there. They run a tight program.
You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, he literally is the best player on that team. So therefore, I think he should have.
So is he the face of the team?
Yeah, he is the face of the team. Bam is the best player. I won't say Hero is because Hero been injured.
Yeah, he's fell off.
You know what I'm saying?
Hero fell off, but he's been injured.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Hero been injured. Hero has not had a healthy season in like the last 2-3 years.
Yeah,
where he played like consistently. You know what I mean? Like he has spurts where he's cooking for sure. But Bam is the engine.
But so you can also blame Bam for Miami not being a legit contender in the East then?
I can say that. Because if you was putting up realistically, nobody's gonna have 83 every game. Nobody's gonna have 50 every game. But I feel like Bam is a good enough player in order to be averaging at least 26 and 12.
He should be in some Jokic shit.
26 and 12, I think he can average.
Yeah, but he's not.
He's
or
not.
Is he? Or
No,
I don't have the facts.
Bam is 18 and 9.
There you go.
Bam is 18 and 9. And I feel like
and that's why I can't respect the 80. I mean, I respect the 83.
I respect it, but like
I guess my whole thing is I'm never gonna replace the Kobe for Bam. You know what I mean? When you hit that Kobe, everybody know what type of mentality that is. That's not a Bam mentality. You know what I mean? When you hit that game winner, that's still Kobe. So with that being said, do not try to replace Bam with Kobe. Not in me, not over here. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna forever be Kobe. I grew up with Kobe, like damn near shed a tear for the homie. I ain't gonna lie, and I don't even shed tears for celebrities. You know what I'm saying? But Michael Jackson, Kobe, and Nipsey. For some reason, I was just like, damn, I was really heartstruck, like broken up by that. Say what y'all want about Nipsey, you know what I'm saying? But he still was a wise person.
Mm-hmm.
He's, like, and you think about the old Smack DVD, like the stuff that he was talking about on that. I can't remember if it was Smack, Sub-Zero, or
it was something. But what he was talking about is the stuff that people.
It was the interview with Gilly though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Gilly was interviewing him in front of that car and whatnot. And when I first watched it, I didn't know what he was talking about. As I got older, I know exactly what he's talking about: the real estate, the property, the generational wealth, assets and everything. And to go back and watch that, be like, yo, he was talking about this then in a white tee.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a white tee, a wife beater on it already. And then all that happened, but nonetheless, man, they took a lot of great people that had power over the masses or had influence over the masses to make a change and to make them be better. Like, yeah, Kobe had a lot of shit with him. Nipsey had a lot of shit with him. You know, but yeah, it's the power that they had. They could have changed, and they could have changed people's mindsets, and that's what they don't want. So anybody that has if you realize it, this is across history, this is across time, you know what I mean? Anybody that has influence over the people that can change their mindset, they get rid of.
Clip. Fred Hampton.
You know what I'm saying?
In
Shit,
addition to
Malcolm
all the
X. You know what I'm saying?
The list go on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a lot
Patricia
of people.
Lumumba.
JFK. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Anybody that has an influence over the masses, they don't want us. They don't want you here. You know what I'm saying? And that's something to think about. So
on that note,
yeah, all the hot topics, y'all. We showed y'all love. We gave y'all a different perspective. Put y'all on the game. We hope we got y'all critical thinking skills flowing. You know, this is not about being a right or wrong podcast. This is just about thinking for yourself, man. As we tell you, do your own research, come to your own conclusions, and then come to your own opinions. That's it.
Please don't get caught up in the psyops that's going on around you.
And all the trends, you know what I mean? That shit is not it. That shit is a falsie. Like, but always like, comment, subscribe, show us loves. The views has been going up. The subscribers been going up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want to get to 500 subscribers, y'all, on YouTube. Like, a lot of our other pages, we got views and everything. We got subscribers and followers. We appreciate y'all. But, help us get to 500 views on YouTube, man. We love y'all. We appreciate. I think we checked in. We had like 403 to be exact, 405, but we up within the last couple of months. So we appreciate y'all for showing us love on that. Even our last, we just dropped a video on Monday. Episode on Monday. We got a couple more coming for y'all. So whenever Monday y'all get, just know that there's a new episode right there, right now for you. Right now. Right now. Go tap in with that. So again, we appreciate y'all. We got some new guests. We trying to still figure that stuff out. And we making it work. But y'all want to call in, comment, y'all want us to talk about a certain topic, certain issue, please hit us up. If you want to be on the show, hit us up. If you want to sponsor or you want us to add a little commercial in our little joint, promote your business, hit us up. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get to the bag, baby. It's 2026. You know what I mean? Like, holla at us. You see the quality. You see the studio. You got the masters over here. You know what I mean? You got the masters in real estate and ATMs and whatnot over here. So, you know what I mean? Like, let's get to it, man. If you eat, we eat. Everybody eats, B. You know what I mean? Like, let's get this money moving. Hit us up. Let's make some bread together. Stop playing, you know? But again, I'm K.
I'm Chaz.
And we are Culture Content, baby. And we are out of here.
Holla.
This money. As always, stay tuned.